Hey, Voices from the Bench community, Jennifer Ferguson from Ivoclar here with a quick shout out to all PrograMill PM7 users and those thinking about joining the club. On July 1st, we launched the Ivoclar block module that's powered by intelligent automation that optimizes toolpaths and saves you serious time. I'm talking up to 45% faster milling. You want to know what the best part is? You can try it for free for 90 days. No pressure, no commitment. Do you want in? All you have to do is shoot us a message on Instagram at ivoclar.na, or you can email me at jennifer.ferguson@ivoclar.com, and we'll get you set up.
Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Greetings and welcome to episode 383 of Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
My name is Barbara.
Barbara, what's happening? How are you?
I am in bed, sick as a dog.
Oh no!
Can't miss this. This is important.
What do you got? You got the vid, the flu, the...
I don't know.
Ugh.
Stomach. It's just,
You missing any work, or...?
No, it just started last night. I was up from 2 to 7.
Oh my gosh.
Go back to sleep, and then, hey, sorry, I just got up. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's rough. Well, I appreciate you sticking it out and meeting up with us and recording.
So let's go.
Yeah, so let's just get you back to bed. So this week we are back with some more great conversations that we got at the exocad booth at IDS 2025. Barb, did you even know about the singing dentist before we got to talk to him?
No, but you told me, and I pull it up. And while we were talking to him, I was looking at it. So I connected with him. You know everything.
It's hard not to know about him because he's like all over social media and has well over 500,000 followers on Instagram alone. But you know, apparently he does more than just sing, because Dr. Milad Shadrooh stopped by with another dentist from Liverpool, Dr. Robbie Hughes.
And they were funny.
What they're doing is pretty awesome. Because first, they both give us a background into their careers. I try to get him to talk more about the singing, but he had other things on his plate.
Oh, yeah.
But it's what they're doing together that's like super cool. They started Avant Garde Dentistry and Education, where they take dentists at different skill levels and get them comfortable and confident with digital workflows.
Then we meet the CTO of Align, the parent company of Invisalign, Itero, and even exocad, Zelko, Relic. He stops by to talk about his career into dental, how Align spends over $300 million a year on R&D to keep above the curve in technology, and how they scale a business that manufactures 1 million custom parts a day, and what's next in the leaders of clear align industry. He was super great.
And then we wrap up the episode with Ben Weber from Module Works. What is Module Works? Well, it's basically in almost everything electronic, and certainly in a lot of mills and printers in our lab.
It's really hard to connect what it is. You struggled a little bit. I got it a little bit, but you had to really work him to figure it out. Yeah,
because it's not quite the CAM software. It's kind of like what's behind the CAM software, and in between that and the user interface. It's interesting, but it's a little hard to grasp. But Ben comes on to talk about his role in the company, and he does a much better job describing exactly what it is and what it does. So join us as we chat with Dr. Milad Shadrooh, Dr. Robbie Hughes, Zelko Relic, and Ben Weber. Voices from the Bench. The interview.
Inside. We're in the booth.
Yes.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
I
How
know
are
you guys already did
Nice to meet you, Barbara.
introductions. Good
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you. Happy to have you on. I hear great things, but I'll let Elvis.
So this
do
is
the
exciting.
intro.
Pull in a little bit because we're hogging the hallway. Yeah. So here we are, exocad booth at IDS 2025, and our good friend Leo from exocad brings over two gentlemen.
Celebrities.
And he goes, hey, I got two people I want you to talk to. I have Dr. Robbie Hughes.
That's right.
And I, other than just saying
Doctor,
the singing
two
dentist,
doctors.
Dr. Milad Shadrooh.
Shadrooh. Pretty good.
Not bad, right?
That was excellent.
But I know you because you're the singing dentist.
I am the singing dentist.
With a really nice gold chain, by the way.
How the hell do you become the
singing dentist?
You want to be a musician, but your father forces you to do dentistry. That's kind of
seriously?
how it happens. Yeah, no.
You have a music background?
Yeah. My dad's a musician, and I've always done music. And then one day I just started freestyling about dentistry when a patient didn't show up. Put it online, and here we are. 9 years later.
You started that 9 years ago?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That
and
is
still
crazy.
singing songs.
Are you still a dentist and you do that?
Yes, I'm still clinical.
You're not
still
a full-time
practicing.
singing?
Nah, I wish I was.
You're moving that way.
I'm on the way,
right?
yeah. But no, still doing dentistry, and I'm still enjoying stuff. And obviously with the new innovations and tech and stuff, it's exciting, right?
Yeah.
After 21 years of being in the industry, if it wasn't exciting and things were happening and you're able to make change, I think, we would have down-tooled a while ago.
Do you have you're doing a show here, like a live show, like a band and a concert, or?
Not now, but
Probably
maybe
a good idea.
in 2 years' time. Yeah, we'll
Wouldn't that be
bring the
great?
band out and we'll start performing.
Thursday night, go see the singing dentist over at some pub.
Perfect. Sounds
And
like
how
a
do
plan.
you guys, Dr. Robbie Hughes, how do you guys know each other? Did
So
you meet here?
we know each other from mutual friends in the industry. Around 5 years ago, me and Milad met up, had a few conversations about some of the things that I was doing with my education company and my lab, and trying to connect a few dots around sort of improving accessibility for patients to quality standardized digital dentistry. And that's where some of our sort of ideas, synergies aligned essentially.
Wow.
And we've been working together in the last 5 years with our company Avant Garde Dentistry.
So you're a dentist and you have a lab.
Dentist lab education. Yeah,
Really? Where
fully
at?
vertical. In Liverpool, UK.
Oh, nice.
So you guys have a company together and individual practices?
Yes.
So Robbie's in the north of England, in Liverpool, very famous city. I'm further down south, so very close to London. So between us, we kind of cover majority, the bulk. But we have people coming from all over for the education side, and through the power of the internet and the digital world, we can connect with so many people. And
So what is the company?
So Avant Garde Dentistry is first and foremost an education journey for dentists. So the focus is digital workflows, just trying to create solutions and efficiency for dentists to be trained in as the most simple form possible, to give them the confidence to go away and do high quality, well standardized dentistry. Once we've educated the dentists, then we integrate them into our community, which all starts with lab support basically. So treatment planning services, lab manufacturing processes, and we sort of like hold the hand through the digital workflow. Our prominent focus is smile makeovers, but that then obviously includes all disciplines, right? So we are partners with Align, we have implant workflows, and everything sort of comes together quite nicely.
Who are you mostly teaching? Young doctors? Old doctors?
It's a mix.
It's a real big mix, and we even have courses for therapists, right? Because we're trying to include the whole team, because nowadays dentistry is a team effort. It's not just, the dentist and they do everything.
We've
right?
talked to a therapist, and I thought it was an actual psychological therapist.
To be fair,
so
we
I
all
understand
need
what that means.
we all need the psychological therapist as well. Yes.
We had one on the podcast in Mallorca. I
Mallorca,
believe.
Yes. Oh, they are needed. But
Yeah.
no, so dental therapists, they can do like a lot of composite workflows, right? Which is great, because then you bring in the whole team in.
Yeah.
And so we train therapists, we have young dentists, but then we also have, like I said earlier, right? We have dentists that are 20 years in that are just looking to reignite the flame in their career. When you're doing the same thing all the time, it just gets a bit mundane. You're just uninspired. But with the technology, with the amazing stuff we can do now, and because it's become so much more predictable, the worry element of the years gone by has kind of gone. Patients can really see it, visualize it, and patients are way more educated now too, right? So the expectations are even higher. So you've got to up your game, and having partners and kind of the support networks that we have in dentistry, that's what's really important. And that's what we're so proud of with our community of avant-garde dentists. There really is a big kind of range of people that are in it.
Is it hard to get England dentists involved in technology? Is this an issue? Do you
Absolutely no.
Okay. Do they come to you already with technology and say, how do I use this?
The pattern over the last 5 years is, first of all, we come with scanners, right? And that's just the entry point into digital. It's what you physically do with the scanner and how you connect that into a workflow. And that's where, the digital lab for me has become so important in that element. exocad, CAD design, having a trusted digital lab partner is so important to complement that workflow for the dentist, so they can communicate well with the lab, with the patients, use all the great visualization tools, co-diagnostic tools like TrueSmile and all these things now that we have. So the dentists are definitely aware, and they're just trying to connect the dots. It's like, how do I buy these tools, but then make everything simplified and efficient.
There's so much of it.
Exactly.
And you kind of
they want efficiency, right? Especially as margins are getting squeezed with the economy. So we want chair time efficiency, and that's a big focus with us at Avant Garde. We want predictable workflows, things that you can do efficiently to a high standardized way, but operationally you can become profitable as well. And that's why dentists, I think, come to us, because it's a really sort of fully holistic approach to the business of dentistry as well.
Well, it's got to be hard to drop all this money and use it efficiently to make money off of it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many offices I go into and there's a scanner sitting in the corner. And I'm like, if it's not, or they have an in-office mill and it's not working, you're like, it's just not doing anything right now. Yeah, I mean,
and sometimes it's that inspiration you need to get up off the ass and do the thing.
Yeah,
exactly that, right? You need that kick, because you buy something, and if you don't immediately start using, or you don't have the kind of will and drive to want to use it, it can very easily just be sort of left there. And also, it's the reasons that people get into it. Initially, like, people were buying scanners because they were thinking of the cost of a scanner versus the cost of alginate.
Impression material. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not going to save money, so why am I going to buy this? That's completely not the reason why you're buying
Nobody
the thing,
says
right?
that anymore.
No, now we've moved on from that. It's great, but people want to maximize it. And also because there's so much more, people in the game, but it's picking the right companies to work with, picking the right tools to bring into your system. And with Avant Garde, we've taken a while to find really the right kind of partners, the right team, the right things to create this holistic workflow. Then you can do comprehensive dentistry properly, right? It's not single-tooth dentistry.
It's a really nice community now. We've trained up to 1,000 dentists.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's in the WhatsApp group, so they really feel like they're part of something. So there's always hand-holding on every single element after. So, like, the ignition starts with the first training course, but then after that, all of the possibilities open up, and we're evolving all the time with the technology, so then you always want to be retrained or updated. So we're building a really nice community.
Do you have different, like an entry course and then another course, and then they just go through the whole?
Yeah. And we've been running them for, this will be our 5th year or 4th year?
Six.
Coming into the 6th year. and we
he doesn't know, he's just singing.
we pushed it as well. So, like, initially we ran courses in football clubs. So, like soccer,
football
you guys call it soccer, but football stadiums, right? Robbie's very well known for treating, like, the highest, top level footballers.
Oh, yeah.
So we thought, let's take it on the road and let's do it about football stadiums.
No one away days tour.
Yeah, no one had ever done it before, so we were taking 40, 50 dentists
in the stadium.
In like the manager's suite or in the big suite, and then we get to go onto the pitch. Yeah, and then I would DJ at the end. We'd have a little party vibe. So it made a lot of noise. Yeah, different. We want to disrupt the game, right? Do something different. So we've gone through that journey, and now we've kind of found what works, and we've sort of brought it back to like a 3-day really intensive thing. And now we teach it smaller groups because we want to give more the hands-on and more kind of attention.
We do live patients on the courses as well.
And we treat the patients
we do it
live.
In a clinical environment now.
Is it your environment or yours?
It is.
It's my in my clinic in Liverpool, because we have an education space, we have the lab, everything is there.
Yeah.
So we've gone from training maybe 40, 50 dentists in a stadium over one day to like a 3-day really intense 20 dentist course. But they get to see everything they learn over day 1, day 2, which is a bit of hands-on. Then day 3, we do live patients, and everybody gets to see the workflows firsthand.
Because over-the-shoulder training is great, right? Where you can do all the theory, you can do everything, but until you see the clinician working and you can actually watch the workflow from start to finish, and that's because our workflows are the way they are. You can literally treat a patient in 2-3 hours, 4 hours.
I was going to say, so you go through the prepping, scanning,
the fitting, the everything,
And because our focus is our focus is comprehensive planning, right? So if you know how to collect the right data on the first consultation visit, and how you know how to communicate that data with a good lab and use great software like exocad, everything comes together. So you do all that work on the back end, at the start, and then you reverse engineer, which means the chair time for the patient is less, and you can execute same-day dentistry a lot of the time. Obviously, the patient needs to be healthy, and you need to do the stabilization point, but in theory, the workflow is geared towards moving towards same-day dentistry for sure.
And you have some lab guy
at
your lab who's doing the work and trying to get it done?
Is it?
No.
Okay, so you actually have somebody in the course that's finishing.
Yeah, we have a big lab team, so then the lab is on site and everybody's involved, and then the dentists get to see who's involved from the team when they're going to be using the lab, and you just get to see everything from the back end first, and then trust the process to take away into their own clinics.
So they can actually use your lab?
Yeah, so we support them 100% through the lab after the education.
We have quite a comprehensive lab portal, so you upload everything onto the portal, all the patient information, the communication between yourself and the lab, then everything happens centrally. And from our point of view, then we can log into that at any time, see what's going on, see the journey that the dentist is going through.
If they need a little help.
Yeah, so we can continue to mentor them afterwards through the lab portal. So we have a team of educators who can do mentorship programs for these dentists. So our lab portal now recently, so originally it was, obviously we manufacture everything in Liverpool, and the portal access was only given once you have been educated, right? But now we have a pay-as-you-go model, which is a CAD design service only. And that is a global platform, so you can log in, and we can support any dentist anywhere in the world with CAD design service from treatment planning, mock-ups, right through to final restorations, smile design, rehabilitations, whatever.
So you have a whole design team.
Whole design team, yeah, for sure.
So have you ever trained a dentist and then they sent you work and you're like, no, I didn't teach you how to do that.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what
terrible.
I said. They can keep an eye on them.
I mean, to be fair, so we're
going to let you go.
No, not so much that, but we are good at telling people, listen, maybe don't do this as your first case.
Yeah.
You know, let's just build up to
really
this one.
smart.
But you need that, right?
You don't want to screw up your first case.
Yeah, and actually you want the dentist to get the confidence and get their
Yes.
kind of hand rolling, right? So we do monitor that, and we even have that to say, look, before we even embark, just send us the case. We'll have a look, we'll eyeball it and say, this will be great, or maybe let's not do this as your first one, right? So, we do that. And because we pride ourselves in the support, and we know what it's like. You can do a course, not see a patient, and then you forget
6 months later,
the motivation's gone, the momentum's gone,
and
then you
fear's
just
back.
and you get nervous again, right? So we want to get people in, get them started, and support them through that journey.
And that's where the community afterwards, like the group chats, like I said, because you might have 20 people on a course and 5 of those put the first case up, and it re-engages the other to go, okay, I'm really going to go for it now. I could trust, like I feel like
this guy did
exactly.
it.
So
Or
it all
look at
works
this
well.
case, I need a little help. Can somebody give me some advice?
Exactly. And sometimes even our previous delegates now, they're in the system and they're so experienced. Before we even get a chance to jump on there, the previous delegates are giving advice and they're answering. So it's really nice. It really is a community that we do.
Do you engage the whole dental office team? Because you know a lot of that involves getting the assistants or the nurses involved and all that.
We have a course called the Ultimate Patient Journey, which is a 1 to 2 day course where the dentist comes with his TCO or his practice manager or his nurse, and we focus on that whole journey end to end. Everything that matters about the business of dentistry with regard to the customer journey, apart from the clinical bit. So it's where everybody in the team has a role to play. And we say everybody has a role to play. The importance of that role, from answering the phone to being the concierge in the front of the house to taking the photographs, nobody can underestimate, because quite often the dentist doesn't even get a chance to do his high-level execution because somebody dropped the ball beforehand.
The first phone call, and they're in a mood, and they don't answer it at a high level, and the patient's like,
see you later.
I don't like the way you sound, I'm out.
That's it.
That full team training is one of the courses we do, and we highly recommend that course as well. So what we find is a dentist will come on and learn the clinical, take some back to his clinic to implement, and then he'll think, I really want to implement my team into this now, and then he'll bring the team back. So
and that's another reason why we find it works now so well in Rob's clinic, right? Because he's doing it day in, day out. So when you come into that environment and you can really see the workflow happening, it just, again, inspires you to take that away and, put little nuggets of what you've learned into your own workflow and your own ecosystem. So, that's super important as well. And we found that afterwards, because we were training all these dentists and then trying to think, why is it not kicking off for them? And it's not even the dentistry bit, like we just said, it's all the bits beforehand. So that's why we brought that in. And we're constantly evolving the courses based on what we see our community needs. Because we see that. So initially we were doing the teeth, then we're getting cases coming through where there's implant requirements, right? We're like, okay, let's bring in the implant with the surgical. Like some patients will need a bit of gum work first. So now we have the perio course attached to it, right? So you can really kind of learn everything you need to carry out that comprehensive work.
You guys get together like once or twice a week after you're doing your clinical?
I'm like an honorary...
It's got to be a 24-hour day.
I'm an honorary Liverpudlian now. Yes, I spend a lot of time up in Liverpool, and I come back having absorbed the accent. I start speaking, and the wife's like, "Why are you talking like this? I don't understand you." So we spend a lot of time together, but it's good, and we have so much synergy, so it just kind of works, right?
You can tell.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
So what's the website? How can people find out more about it?
You can find out more about us on avantgardedentistry.com. .co.uk, or on Instagram at Avant Garde Dentistry or at Avant Garde Laboratory.
Nice.
Love
So
it.
yeah, look us up.
Nice.
As I say, we're trying to have a bit of a global presence. If you want to use our lab services, we're here to help. We have some great designers on the team, including the wonderful Christina from exocad, who's been announced as a superhero this week.
She's on your team?
She's on our team, yeah.
Wow,
So we have a great setup.
Christina Vitalite is on your team?
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You got the best of the best. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody else, but Christina's amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you,
That's
thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
No,
gentlemen.
thank you guys as well for having
Doing
us
some
on.
good stuff.
It was really
Yeah.
good.
Love
Thank you
hearing
so
about
much.
it.
Awesome.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
meeting.
All the best.
Leo brought you over to me and said you're the big guy at Align.
I am one of the guys at Align.
One of the guys at Align.
I'm Zelko Relic. I'm CTO at Align Technology.
CTO.
Yes.
So what is that? Chief Technical Officer?
Chief Technology Officer.
Wow. How long have you been with Align?
I'm in my 12th year with Align.
12th year. So tell me about your role.
I'm supposed to make sure that we move in the right direction.
Yeah.
That we leverage all the technologies out there. That we develop our own technologies.
Yeah.
And make sure that we serve our industry well.
Sure.
So we make a lot of investment in R&D.
Oh, yeah.
Align, we make over $300 million per year.
$300 million?
Per year.
Aligners?
No, $300 million per year. Investment in technology innovation.
That's how much you spend for?
That's how much we spend, yes. Most of our innovations are multi-year projects.
Sure.
So we need to make
Nothing
sure
happens
we
quick.
make right bets and
Yeah.
we deliver solutions, technology that turns into solutions that matter to our doctors and their patients.
Nice, nice. So talk about your history. I mean, you obviously didn't walk into a line one day and they hire you because of your good looks.
Well, yeah, probably not because of that. Well, you know, my background is in computer science.
Oh, okay.
I started my career in semiconductor business, but
Semiconductors.
but I spent a good number of years in healthcare with Siemens.
Siemens, yeah.
Yes, I was in imaging, ultrasound, and I was then in computer-aided diagnostics, if you wish, knowledge-based systems, a lot of digital technology and AI. And yes, I had a chance to be contacted about the position at Align. I joined as a VP of R&D, overseeing all of the R&D almost 12 years ago.
So that long ago, I mean, they were a pretty big force back then, right? I mean,
we were pretty big, but not even close to big where we are today.
Really?
We were much smaller.
because Align is Invisalign, right? I mean,
Align it is Invisalign. Then we acquired Itero so Invisalign, Align was founded 28 years ago with the idea of moving teeth with plastic and digital technology.
And they were the first.
First.
Wow.
Yes, first and only. And nobody else believed in the ability
Gotta
to move
have
teeth
brackets.
with plastic.
Gotta
Yes,
have
yes.
brackets.
We started as an Invisalign company, and then the Itero business, our scanner business, was acquired in 2011.
Okay, so Itero was a separate thing.
Itero was a separate small company in Israel.
Interesting.
And became part of, it was called Cadent.
Yep.
It became part of
I do
Align.
remember
Yeah.
Cadent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were acquired in 2011, and then exactly 5 years ago, we acquired exocad. So exocad,
5 years ago.
Yes.
Why? I mean, why exocad?
Because we want to build a comprehensive dentistry solutions.
Yeah.
And we believe in a comprehensive approach to treating patients.
Yep.
So what I mean by that is many patients, especially adult patients like me, if they want to have a healthy and beautiful smile, it's usually going to be more than one thing.
You can't get it with ortho alone.
You can't get it with ortho alone. You cannot get it with prosto alone.
That's a very true statement.
So if I come as an adult patient that has a deep bite and has a certain tooth wear, I should get the treatment that I need, regardless if I go to an orthodontist or to a general dentist. So we want to create a platform that allows interdisciplinary approach to treating patients, to patient care.
Yeah.
Where we can leverage technology, we can leverage the best of orthodontics on the Invisalign side, the best on restorative world on the exocad side, powered by the Itero scanner, comprehensive scanner, and allow doctors to practice comprehensive dentistry with confidence and efficiency.
That is brilliant.
And exocad was the great piece to add.
Obvious choice.
Obvious
choice. So did exocad become the software behind Itero, or did that not change?
No, the exocad is a piece of behind iTero. So on the iTero, we have released what we call iTero Design Suite, where doctors can use chair-side restorative capabilities from exocad, for example. The other thing is we have a very good integration between the iTero scanner and exocad. We call it iTero exocad connector, where the information is transferred back and forth with a higher level of automation, less interaction and all that stuff. So we are trying to create efficiencies as much as possible.
So if someone has an iTero scanner, that file, that scan, can go directly to an exocad lab, straight up, no issues.
No issues. And then the iTero scanner, unique advantage of iTero scanner is the near-infrared technology, where you can see inside the tooth structure, not just the tooth surface.
Yeah.
That also goes automatically into exocad, and you can pull it up in exocad software and see, in addition to the 3D model of the tooth, you can see a near-infrared image of the tooth as well.
Yeah. So Barb came running in.
I just want to tell you, hello.
Pleasure.
It's a good thing I'm a runner, because I ran my whole way here. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Can you introduce real quick?
What was your name again? Sorry.
Zelko Relic.
Thank you for coming.
The CTO of Align.
Oh.
So I'm getting all the history of Align and Invisalign. We just had a doctor on earlier talk about you're expanding palates now with.
We are.
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
We are.
How? Do you figure that out?
So very, very young patients early on.
Yeah.
Ages 6, 7, 8. Sometimes they have very narrow arches.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So you can expand those arches dentally, and we have a product that's called Invisalign First, which will shape the arch, but sometimes you need to do more. So a way to do that is through a rapid palatal expansion, where you're expanding the palate, you're actually splitting the suture.
Yeah,
you're widening it, and you're getting. It's a standard procedure.
Yeah,
it's just what.
But it's called rapid. So
it's
how
called
fast?
Rapid because it's usually gonna be up to a month, less than a month.
So do you have to?
Yes.
Do you have to get them before a certain age to
you
be
want
able
to get them when they're young. So it's usually from 6 to 7, 8, maybe a little bit older. So that when they are growing.
Yeah.
So you could either do a dental expansion if it's not a lot of expansion. If you need more, then you can do a rapid palatal expansion in combination with a dental expansion. So the traditional appliances are those fixed appliances that you have the screw, and the patient, the parent has to turn the screw one rotation, and that expands.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not gonna call it like that, but it's a traditional device, and so every turn of the screw is about a 1/4 millimeter expansion of that fixed appliance. What we do with the Invisalign palatal expander, we have a removable appliance similar to aligners that every day or every other day, depending on the doctor prescription, the child will take a new one, and the new one will be about 1/4 millimeter wider. So
that's where the rapid comes in. It's every day a little bit more.
So it's expanding at the same rate as traditional, but it's removable. It's very easy to place in. It's not fixed. You can take it out. You can. So it's same as aligners versus braces. This is Invisalign palatal expander versus more of the traditional appliances.
So is this a specialized doctor / dentist that has to go to a course to learn how to use these?
This is the device that orthodontists will use, some pediatric doctors. This is something that they do, and if they're certified Invisalign providers, they can use this product.
So they go to courses and they learn how to do it?
The doctors learn how to do it, and then every Invisalign provider is a certified Invisalign provider.
Excellent.
Is it faster than the traditional key turn, or is it about the same?
So the rate of the expansion is defined as a 1/4 millimeter, but what we see that the efficacy of the appliance is much better because it's printed, it conforms to the anatomy of the patient. When you turn the screw, sometimes you don't turn it all the way, sometimes and all these things. So in terms of efficacy, it's a more efficacious than the traditional ones.
Is it the same aligner material?
No, it's different
completely different.
It's
Why?
completely different material.
Is it
you need to have a material that has proper material properties to do the function. In terms of aligners, you have to be able to produce a very, very light but constant force
Yeah.
over time. If you're wearing a liner for a week to 2 weeks,
Sure.
you have to maintain the material properties, the elasticity, the modulus of the material to over that period of time. And a lot of materials of the other clear liners they will lose that. They call it stress relaxation. When you stretch something, it doesn't really come back all the way. So when you stretch the aligner, placing on teeth, you want to have that force that's created by deforming the aligner that's maintained as much as possible in a period of time, 2 weeks. So for the aligner, you have a different type of a biomechanical system from the palatal expander.
Well, that's why we let you smart people figure that out.
Yeah,
So
I have no idea.
obviously.
That's why we have at Align, we have a lot of smart people.
I was going to say.
On the material science, on the process science,
Yeah.
biomechanics, simulation,
Wow.
modeling, and everything else.
That's
And you have to
fascinating.
test it on actual patients,
Absolutely.
right? What does the
It's
beta
it's
period
it's
look like?
It's a class 2 medical device, so it has a very, very rigorous process on our side, and also to be approved on the regulatory with the FDA and all the bodies around the world.
But it's out. It's available, right?
It is out.
Yeah.
It is out.
Interesting.
Yes.
But back to a regular Invisalign, you're still printing a bunch of models and sucking down over all these. That process still hasn't changed. Huh?
That process still hasn't changed. We use the material called SmartTrack, but it's a thermoforming process, and it's still the best material out there, if I dare to say.
Sure.
The next generation of aligners will come out in the future.
Fully printed?
Fully directly printed without the molds. We've been working on it a long time now.
I bet.
We have developed our own formulation the same way we created SmartTrack. Internally, we have an amazing material science team, so we are bringing a brand new chemistry, brand new material formulation, and we also are building a brand new printer.
Wow.
We announced the acquisition of a company in Vienna, Austria, Cubicure, 2 years ago.
Congratulations.
We have acquired that company, and they have built a printing technology that we think is the best suited for the material properties and the processes that we have developed for direct fabrication of aligners.
How happy are you not to do models anymore?
we are still doing models, but we are looking forward to going to the next
In
generation.
my mind, I have always pictured your model printing must be massive.
It is
and
massive.
then what do you do with all these models?
So we produce over 1 million parts per day.
A day?
Wow.
Yes.
Is that a model and an aligner?
Yes. And each one is unique. So we are the largest 3D printing company in the world.
And
No
you
doubt
print the
about
models.
it.
We print the models, then
And
we
then you sucked
thermoform.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have a whole technical team too, then working on
we
all
have
a whole
amazing
technical city.
We have our own manufacturing facilities in Mexico, in Poland, in China. We have a large scale. So when you're building 1 million unique parts in a day, the quality control you have to have is just amazing, because every single part goes into a patient mouth and is supposed to provide forces to move teeth predictably. So we do have our recycling processes, of course. We don't just dump it in the trash, So it
You've made a
the
mountain.
material can be repurposed, and we try to be as environmentally friendly as we can.
I love that.
But this process has limitations.
Yeah.
So when we go to directly fabricated aligners, that's going to be one of the areas we address, but also we will not have the limitations of a thermoforming process.
Yeah.
So when you're thermoforming a sheet of plastic, you don't have the control of all of the geometry. So when you're printing the aligner, you can put more material in one area, so you can put less, and all these things. So the capabilities of the appliance will enormously improve, because we can, through these advanced geometries, we can now create force systems that are actually not possible with the current thermoforming.
Thinking less treatment for people, less time, or because of better?
We are always looking for less treatment, but we are thinking about better control, more predictable.
Oh, nice.
And
less
hopefully
refinement.
Less refinement, exactly. So definitely we hope it's going to be.
So when do you think that's going to happen? Next year, next 5 years?
I can give you predictions. So we feel very good about where we are with the material science. We feel good about the printer. For us.
But how do you make 1 million of them a day?
Exactly. you got it. So for us, how do you scale that process?
I was going to ask how you scale.
So the scaling is, we have to make sure, when you create a brand new material, You start with grams, you go to kilos, and now you have to go to metric tons. So you need to get the economy scale on material production.
Jeez.
You have to get the right cost position.
Yeah.
And then you when create a brand new machine, a brand new printer, you have to make sure that all of them work 24/7.
And so you never sleep, correct?
There is plenty of people that work around the clock to make that happen.
I wonder, but when
we
do
are
you get-
very excited about it.
How do you get to a point as a leader to know that you have to build in another country to scale up? Like, how do you know? Do you have like a 2-year, 3-year, 4-year vision?
We have visions in terms of technology, in terms of commercial,
Growth.
in terms of operations, growth. You have to be able to anticipate the position yourself. And sometimes you have to make decisions based on the knowledge that you have, you know. But a lot of our decisions and investments are made for the long term.
Yeah.
In mind.
Wow.
All as we hear is positive things, and we know liners are growing in the U.S. where we're based like crazy. Everybody wants to get into that market. All labs do anyways.
It's a beautiful thing, and I think what the beauty, as I was talking about comprehensive dentistry, the data says that 75% of people, 75% of all people have some type of malocclusion, which means they would benefit from a tooth alignment. 75, 3 out of 4.
That's huge.
And the data also says, and this is not my data, this is the industry data, that about half of the prosthodontic procedures should start with tooth alignment.
The problem is the patients don't want to wait. They want to get going now.
You know, that is, I hear it a lot.
Yeah.
But the patients don't know
They're not
necessarily
educated.
the difference.
Yeah.
So the tagline I'll give you is, do you move or do you remove?
Oh.
So if you have
like
if you have crowding, and if your teeth are crooked, to get a nice looking smile, you have to prep these teeth to get something.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even take one out
And
if it's real crooked.
So when I say removing, it's removing healthy tooth mass.
Yeah.
If you're taking away enamel, you're reducing the life of the tooth.
I agree.
So if you can avoid removing of the tooth mass, removal of the tooth mass by moving teeth, you're getting much better outcomes in terms of health, function, aesthetics, and longevity. So we believe by building a comprehensive digital dental platform that combines the best of Invisalign, the best of exocad, the best of iTero, we will give doctors the ability to practice comprehensive dentistry with confidence and efficiency. And we believe that patients will get their teeth moved a lot more than removed today.
Well, that brings it back. That brings it back to exocad and their new art.
That's exactly what we're doing. So in the art, you are getting the best of Invisalign inside exocad.
Yeah, those patients that say, I don't want to wait, be like, this is why you wait. Because if you don't wait, you can only do this.
And our experience is, once the patients know the difference, they will make the right decision.
They will say yes.
They will make the right decision.
Yeah,
That's
I was
awesome.
curious about the material science and the materials. Do you think, well, you probably already know, that you'll get to a point where it's maybe every week that you change the aligner versus every 2?
Currently, you're changing it every week.
Really?
Yes.
You wore them, didn't you?
Yeah, I needed a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And
So
I
it's
think
every
I was
week,
every
so that's not too bad.
So many years ago, our recommendation was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks since probably more than 5 years.
Yeah.
See, I did
recommendation
mine
is
over
a week.
5 years ago, so that was 2 weeks.
Because we improved the biomechanics. And
that's what I thought.
And for younger patients, some doctors use it even faster, every 5 days or even less.
Think we'll ever get to 1 day?
It's actually not about the appliance; it's about biology.
You
don't want to move too fast. Moving too fast is not good. So it has to be light force and moving slowly.
Yeah.
Did it hurt? It didn't hurt, did
No,
it?
I mean, it was uncomfortable that first day you put it in, but
The very first day, that's because your teeth do it for the first time. But after
not
that,
even 30 minutes later, you don't even.
You already
know it.
noticed.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I went through the whole thing, and it was great.
Yeah.
It worked out. I know in America, it's really big for doctors to be platinum. Invisalign and all that. Do you do that all over the country or all over the world?
Yes, we do.
Sorry.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Well, you know, you basically have doctors who are higher tiers.
Yeah, they do more.
Yeah.
You see platinum, you know they know what they're
highest
doing.
Medal,
yeah. And they can get better support, better service from us, and
the more you do, the better it is.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
I bet more doctors are trying to get in it as
we
well.
We have Invisalign doctor side where patients, we also not only spend a lot of money on technology innovation, we spend a lot of money on brand, on educating consumers about the value of oral health.
We saw your flags.
So we bring a lot of patients to our doctor practices. Yeah. So those who are really good doctors are on our doctor site where consumers can do a search and find a doctor. So we are driving a lot of patients to our doctors.
Because patients are more educated than they ever were.
Right.
You go on the internet and you search what you're looking for, and you give them a doctor or a choice in their area.
Absolutely. So we educate doctors and we connect them with good doctors who can deliver that quality of care.
That's awesome.
I mean, congratulations on inventing the brand of Invisalign that's become the common name for all clear aligners.
It's become the clinics of clear
aligners.
It
is,
yes. Yeah. I mean, that's unique and not easy to do.
Yeah.
And you all killed it. I
mean, thank you for bringing it to
all
of
us.
We
are very proud, and we continue, as I said, to invest a lot in technology innovation, not because we have too much money and don't know what to do with that.
We want to be
but
better.
Because we want to be better, and we know there is so much more we can do to improve the quality of care. Give our doctors the ability to leverage their experience and expertise even better.
I love it.
Thank you. That was
I love
wonderful.
it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate your
Pleasure
time.
talking to you.
Thank you. So here we are, IDS 2025, day whatever. Okay, no
I think
idea.
it's like 20.
Day 4, I think. I don't know.
3.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody's told him that again, but yes, we keep
Somebody's
saying 4.
paying attention. Ben Weber's paying attention from ModelWorks. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. It's day 3 of the show.
Absolutely.
Running around and having loads of great talks.
We've heard good things about you, so welcome.
Yeah. So tell us your story. I mean, how did you end up here at IDS?
Well, I'm from the UK and I moved to Germany more than 10 years ago. And I've got a mechanical engineering background, so I never would have thought.
So you're one of the smart ones.
I wish more people would say that. And mainly because I'm on the business side and I'm not one of the geniuses who do the technology. Yeah, I never would have thought.
Dental needed mechanical engineers?
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, I work for a software company. I work for a software company which does manufacturing. Mm-hmm. So I'm a mechanical engineer, so I never would have thought I'd be working for a software company. And secondly, I never would have thought I'd be at a dentistry show. You know?
So how the hell did it happen?
Well, the company I work for, we've got the largest team of software developers for manufacturing software in the world. So basically, everything around you, like whether it's cars or the most efficient planes in the air, or even consumer electronics, all of that stuff has to be manufactured. And like discrete manufacturing is 16% of the global GDP.
Wow.
16 trillion, huge. Because you all need the latest smartphones,
Absolutely.
you need to move, everything has to be manufactured. And the majority of that is actually machining metal. So like, the cases of the iPhone, things have to be molded or whatever. And our company was set up more than 20 years ago, basically developing modules. That's why we're called Module Works.
Okay. I like the name, by the way.
I said model work.
Module
work. I'm
that
just
makes
dental.
all the difference now, right?
I'm like model work.
Yeah. And the great thing is, manufacturing is huge. There's millions and millions of people out there globally making things.
Yeah.
And behind every plane or car or consumer electronics, there's people who are using software and hardware to do this. They're using software and hardware.
So it's the software running the machines that make everything that in the world.
We use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And those companies which are making the software, so we don't have our own software. We're a bit like Intel inside.
Yeah.
So all of those companies making the software, which the millions of people are using, they have our modules inside. Yeah. So that's it. We're basically touched by our technology every day, and even the lenses on the iPhones, they're using our technology.
So how did you guys get into dental, or have you always been into dental?
We got in around, I guess, 15 years ago, because you think about it, you want to manufacture something, you need a CNC machine to mill something, and the companies out there who are doing this will say, okay, well, dental's no different. The parts look different. You call them indications, but they have to be machined or nowadays 3D printed.
Right.
You need the best technology to do that. So why not get the companies who've been serving manufacturing to come into digital dentistry and say, hey, well, we make the best CAM software. Well, why don't we do it for digital dentistry? So that's how the journey started. That's also when we started partnering with the organizations who are actually doing all the innovation. So, the CAD companies, the machine companies, they needed best-in-class technology because, why reinvent the wheel? and that's how we got into the business. And in the first years when we got into the digital manufacturing aspect, back then, there was this thing called the indication race. There were new indications which the design companies would design, but you have to manufacture it.
Okay.
So those are hard work. And as an established organization, you've got the development team, you've got the people who are the experts, and you get it done. So it was an exciting first 5-10 years. And then nowadays, the problem's kind of similar, but it's got more exciting. Because it's
so are you like who founded the company?
It's a chap called Dr. Yavuz Mutazoglu. He's the founder of ModuleWorks. He's the CEO of ModuleWorks organization.
Yep.
I run the digital dentistry business. And I mean, we've got maybe a headcount of about 400, probably about 250, 300 software developers.
So maybe I don't understand. What is a module
that's what I'm trying
within the software? So this software already exists. And what's a module?
A module is just something under the hood which does something, which you typically don't see it. So it's a bit
like the dental technician. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like, you make a 3D printer print, you click print. The same thing you do with mills. You basically click mill.
Yeah.
And you don't see anything happen. It just does something, and then the machine just starts moving.
Yeah.
Like the stuff under the hood doing that calculation, making the machine.
So it's the calculator?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah.
All right, now that makes more sense to me.
It's basically what makes those machines move.
So the CAD software, is that what it is?
No.
It's between the two, I think,
or
exactly. Before them.
Yeah. In the CAD software, you're basically designing something, right? And, in the old days, dental technicians, they'd make things with their hands.
Yeah.
Right? They know exactly what it should be like. They make things with their hands. Nowadays, they design the thing which they want in a software like exocad. Yeah. And then that has to be manufactured in a machine.
So is it the CAM software?
The CAM software is telling the machine what to do.
And that's what you do?
We do a module for the CAM software.
Between the two.
So on top of a regular CAM software, you come in and it makes it
better.
You
do the thinking?
We're under the hood. We're just in there.
Under the hood.
Yeah.
I think I'm beginning to understand how this works.
So what did you say, 60% of what we use has that?
I think in the dental industry, it's about 40%.
40?
In the global manufacturing, it's 90%.
Yeah, everything is machine these days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hardly anything's made by hand.
That's true. So your role is, sorry, go ahead.
No, so your module and software is in every machine here? Or?
A lot of them, not
Probably.
everyone, but a lot of them, yeah.
Huh.
And I think you have to ask, well, what does that mean? What's the tangible results? I mean, the things which we established in the first 5-10 years is, you want to make a crown out of something like Emax.
Yeah.
It's really hard, and people want to get it done quickly. And back in the old days, it would take like an hour. You put something in a machine, you wait an hour.
Yeah.
It's very hard,
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're getting that in 10 minutes. So that's like all the stuff you have to do to make the machine move in the right way, just in order to get something
and
like
that's
Emax crown.
That's what your software does.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you take a machine and make it faster, make it better, last longer. Does that all come into play?
Yeah.
How do you figure this stuff out? I don't understand why all of a sudden you figured out a way to make it run faster, but it was always there.
Do you know how cars used to look boxy?
Yes.
Nowadays they don't, do they? They're all kind of curvy and they've got weird things. They're aerodynamic and they have to be light and safe.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit like in the old days when you wanted to manufacture things that boxy, it was quite easy.
It's
cut,
like
cut,
square.
cut,
yeah.
But the second thing's around, it gets more complicated because you're telling a machine how to move it. And anatomic things are always obviously not square.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, a crown, a bridge, all those things. Like when you look at it, it's not the easiest geometry to make. Imagine carving out of stone a cube. So an unskilled person, you could kind of spend a good few days and manage to get to a cube.
Yeah.
But imagine carving a bust. I mean, only a skilled sculptor can do that.
That would take a while, yeah.
So that's a bit like the difference between manufacturing something which is simple, manufacturing something which is complex. So like a turbine blade on a plane, that's complex. Very, very difficult. Our software does that. But for the simple things...
Your software does that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for every plane ride I've ever been on.
He said most everything's... That's behind the door of everything.
I've got to say, we can't take the credit. It's our partners which are the ones which make these solutions usable by the end users. We're like Intel Inside, right? You buy a laptop, you don't really know what Intel is doing in the background. It's just under the hood.
I don't want to know. I just want it to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So do you guys work with labs and doctors?
We don't work directly with labs or doctors. We work directly with companies which are making CAM software or companies which are making the machines. So This company here, Avant Garde, they're a partner of ours, also a partner of exocads. They've got these great, sexy-looking machines.
Yeah.
The machines are dancing around, like milling Iron Man things out of just for fun.
Yeah.
It's our technology which is milling that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I've pieced it together.
They couldn't
That's
survive
remarkable.
without you.
Not really.
I mean, it's not even about surviving. I think we started working with them more than 10 years ago. They wanted to be ambitious and bring new technology into the market. They're the ones that started bringing Emax crowns with one spindle at such a low speed. And they needed the technology, but they also needed a strong partner saying, okay, well, we've got a new machine. We want the best software with it. Well, let's work with us on it. So typically our partners, we're part of their development team. We work with them for years on end, and that's how it is. You don't come to us and ask for something and we give it to you in your hand.
Yeah.
You come to us for a partnership, and we work with you for many years.
To make them better.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're in the U.S., and I know Millbox and Hyperdent are big. Yeah. Are they competitors, or are you part of them?
We're a bit like them. So Millbox and Hyperdent are leading solutions. So if a lab wants a cam, they can pick one of these. Some of the other machines have their own solutions. So you buy the machine, it's got everything included.
Yep.
And we typically supply those types of companies.
Interesting.
So they've kind of say, okay, well, for whatever reason, I want my own cam because I've got my own materials, I've got my own processes, everything's validated. That's my business model.
Yep.
So those companies tend to work with us.
Okay, so you're almost like the OEM version
exactly,
of those things.
Wow. But we're only, you can say that like Millbox and Hyperdent, they've got two parts of the software. They've got the stuff under the hood and the stuff which you're seeing and using. We only tend to do the stuff under the hood.
Under the hood.
Yeah. And you let the mill company do the user interface.
Yeah, exactly. exocad also has a CAM user interface. Some companies want to make their own, and it's also like the companies which want to have their own software or their own tools or their own thing. It's part of their business concept, part of their USP, because they want to say, well, you know what, I'm not just giving you a machine you can just swap and buy. I'm giving you a solution.
Yeah,
right. I'm giving you a reason to use my solution so you can benefit from it. There are a multitude of different benefits you could have by having a fully validated solution.
Right.
Some people want it. Other people want freedom to just swap out things and go the cost route. I mean, everybody's each to their own.
So is there something that you're showing at the show that's new that you're launching, the company's launching?
Yeah, I mean, we've actually done a lot of focus in the last 2 years on identifying more about the main segments we're seeing requirements for. So we split up the technology sets into the three segments, like restorative dentistry, implantology, and orthodontics.
Okay,
Because those three segments kind of have different requirements for manufacturing.
Right.
So
in
orthodontics, it's all about clear aligners. So a lot of companies started manufacturing clear aligners in the last few years.
Yeah.
And you have companies starting from scratch trying to manufacture them. And the process is, thermoforming models, and then somewhere down the line, you need to trim the excess bit of some foil.
The trimming.
Yes.
And that's the technology set we've been providing.
That makes sense, total sense to me, because I was thinking, like you said, it's the thinker. It's the joiner, I guess.
Yeah.
Between the two.
We developed like some new AI technology in order to help some bits of that. So one thing is like making the machine move the way you want, but in order to figure out how you want the machine to move the way you want, you need to figure out what the machine needs to do. We use AI to figure out what the machine should do.
Oh,
so
interesting.
You got a clear aligner arch, and typically it's scalloped.
Yeah.
Along with the gingival margin.
Exactly. That is the bit you want to cut. But sometimes you don't have that line, and our AI technology
reads it.
It takes the model and figures out the best line.
Huh.
And then puts it onto the clear
aligner. And then
aligner.
you can put it onto a laser or a milling machine, and it can just trim the line.
Interesting. What about implants? What do you do with that?
One of the main things in the implant area is having really, really high quality precision. And also, typically, the manufacturer is a huge manufacturing facility. So they're doing like millions and millions on really expensive machinery. Every single second counts, and the precision counts. It has to be so accurate, because if you don't have high precision manufactured implants, and it won't just fit. It just jeopardizes the whole treatment. And because that's a bit of a different ballpark, because you have big manufacturers in that space, they invest heavily in their own R&D, in their own machines. I mean, they don't look for the cheapest machine. They look for the ones which are robust, which can handle this huge volume, and everything counts. Like the precision counts, how much you're spending on tools to machine the things counts, because you want to be profitable, right? And consistency is important. You need to make sure that millions and millions of these indications have exactly the same quality. You can't sacrifice some issue here.
Yeah.
Wow.
In some segments like restorative, maybe I'm not an expert, but at the end of the day, a dentist can maybe do a lot if the manufactured crown isn't that great, whereas implantology, you don't.
Yeah, it's
you don't,
either yes or a no.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I like implants. It either goes or it doesn't.
Yeah, and you got to figure out why.
And the one thing about these three segments is they've all got their own challenges. They all kind of can benefit from our underlying tech, but all of these areas, they're kind of suffering from the same problems everybody has, like shortage of labor, or the shift in the geopolitical situation, or smaller companies having difficulty to stay in business, larger organizations being very, very aggressive in providing solutions to everybody. So it's a difficult space generally, and the shortage of labor is the one thing which we've been working at trying to address, because
we've heard that a lot. Yeah. What were you going to say? The less people, the more technology's got to help us.
Yeah, I mean, the more and more you can automate what everybody needs to do, the more and more you can leverage the best of everybody and the time they have, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing we did to get to the 90% of the global manufacturing market is we basically developed, it's a bit like developing rocket science tech, but then saying, hey, we developed it once, not everybody should develop it. We give the whole market the ability to come to us and to license it and to take those modules. So you don't have 100 companies having to develop the same thing.
Yeah.
We've got one company, we've got a big development team focusing on just that, and anybody can have it.
You just give it out?
No, we sell it. we sell it. But it's more cost effective to come to us and to pay us a license
rather
to use
than
it,
having to
rather than have
create
50 developers which you have on your payroll just to develop that thing which we're good at doing.
Yeah.
So why, everybody's got what they are good at doing to do. So the boring hard work in this very narrowly focused area, we say, okay, we'll do it, and it scales of economy. So
are there even other companies doing this, or
there's no other company doing this as a modular thing?
Yeah,
so
interesting.
There's companies developing something similar to us. All of our partners actually develop something similar to what we're doing. Is we typically develop certain aspects of the complex bits, and other bits they probably developed even before we existed. But when it got to this 5-axis thing, or when it gets to robotics or other things, they'll be like, okay, let's see
what... We need a little help.
Yeah, let's
I'm out. I'm done.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it costs a lot of money to have software developers. The cost of software developers has increased drastically.
Oh, yeah, they get paid a lot of money.
And it's big tech. I mean, everybody wants to work in big tech. The salaries are huge. 20 years ago, all these companies which are making these innovative solutions, they had software developers, and nowadays just keeping software developers is expensive. Like newbies, I mean graduates, they want to work at the big tech companies. They don't want to work for some company you've never heard of doing some engineering software.
They come out expecting a lot of money and a good lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, that's because they're very smart.
Yeah.
Super needed, obviously.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
So pretty much anything that's manufactured, your company is kind of
90%.
That's just.
How do you get into every single segment of the world?
Be the only one.
I mean,
that's
the one big thing is we don't sell our technology directly to end users who buy it. I mean, that means we save a lot of money.
That makes sense.
So there's millions of people using the software. We work with hundreds.
Okay,
right?
and then those are the guys. Okay,
that
makes sense to me.
And it's efficient because, I mean, we develop what we're really good at doing, and we've been doing it for 20 years. And what we've developed so far, we call it 2,000 person years of development. That means if you needed to develop what we're doing, you get one person, it'll take them 2,000 years to get to where we are.
Bingo.
And every year it increases by another 250, 300, right? Because we're just doing that. We're not doing web design, we're not doing cloud infrastructure, we're just doing this rocket science bit here.
This one thing.
Yeah. And the thing is, this rocket science thing here, it's nothing on its own. You need somebody to take it and say, okay, this is going to go into my thing. My thing is for that and that and that, because those people need the best solution. I know exactly what they need. Every year I can give them a better release because they want to make turbine blades. They want to make iPhone lenses. They want to make laptop cases or whatever, or digital dentistry. So they know exactly what they want to do, and we like to work with the ones who are innovating. And we say, hey, how can we help you? They say, well, there's this bit. So we need that bit from you. We say, okay, what size, what shape, what special things do you need? And we spend the next year or two working with them.
Building it?
Yeah. I mean, we build our bit. We help them. Sometimes we help them closer. Sometimes we just give them our bit and they're happy. And they solve the problem, right? But without a strong partnership with our company, we're nothing.
Yeah.
And without a nice host around what we've got,
right,
it's also nothing. So our success is basically built on technology we've developed, but more importantly, strong partnerships. Yeah.
Do you think your company is in every company that's in this IDS?
No. I mean, firstly, the CAM
maybe a part of it.
I mean, your module probably did something for every one of these companies, right?
I mean, we've definitely developed technology which is also making machines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In some way it could be 90%, so maybe 90% of IDS?
That's
a huge compliment. That's very fascinating. I don't think we've ever heard anything like it.
Nothing.
And it took us about 15 minutes to wrap our brains around. I still don't even think
I wrap my head around
exactly.
But to be fair to the other players in the digital dentistry, it's like 40% of the crowns or whatever which are manufactured.
Yes,
right?
I gotcha.
So fascinating, awesome. Ben. Thank you so much.
Thank you, for coming on.
Very interesting. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much for inviting
me.
Enjoy
your meeting, obviously.
Appreciate
Amazing.
it.
Yep.
A huge thanks to everybody who stopped by to chat with us in the exocad booth at the IDS 2025. It was great to meet Dr. Shadrooh and Dr. Hughes, and we appreciate you teaching the dentist the proper way to use digital dentistry and for also including us, the labs, in the equation. I'll tell you what, Align had a massive setup right next to us. Also, great to learn more about Align and how much they put into making sure that they stay leaders in digital. While we thank exocad a lot for all they have done to get us to Germany, we also need to thank Align too for this opportunity. It was a great opportunity. And thanks to Zelko for telling us more about the company. And if there is anyone doing the hard work that goes unappreciated to the point of not even knowing about it, and we thank Ben Weber and all that Module Work does to keep our machines running, even though hopefully Elvis finally got it.
I don't know if I do. We might need to have him back on. Get a full hour to figure out what's going on with all this. All right, everybody. Barb. Oh my God, go back to bed. Thank you. Oh, wow. And, of course, everybody, we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm sucking. And if there is anyone doing...
The views and opinions expressed on the Voices from the Bench podcast are those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the host or Voices from the Bench, LLC.